Hey yo, what is up guys, this is your boy Tway here. Today we will be talking about alts and where to park them and pretty much all of the benefits that you can reap from your alts. And the real reason why I'm making this video because I had a little bit of a struggle to find out what the actual sweet spot of an alt would be. And then the biggest question was, where do I really stop? So let's get into it. So with Master Speed, let's go over all of the benefits that you can use for your alt. Starting off with the first one, you will have a multiple Chaos Dungeons which will allow you to get multiple items, but the biggest addition would be a Hall of the Sun ticket. Hall of the Sun ticket will give you a nasty amount of leap stones, but most importantly it will give you gems. And what I generally found is after 1370 your damage doesn't necessarily increase from the eye level, but one of the important things to increase your damage would be your gems. And technically if you can find yourself a boss rush ticket on any single one of your alts and then trade them because they are tradable, then you can obviously funnel this to your main character. The same goes for your daily guardian raids, although some people don't even like this, but the funny part about it is the resting bonus. You don't necessarily have to do all of your guardian raids that way. You can save up the resting bonus and then just do them once every 2 days, once every 3 days, whatever is convenient for you. And in a sense then the honor leap stones can then be funneled to your main character or even be sold for other items that you want to have, such as gems or even tripod skills, which will obviously increase your damage of your main even further. And then we're coming up at the Abyssal Dungeons, and this is limited by acquiring gold 6 times per character, but that doesn't mean that you can only do the Oriha as well, but you can also do the Gate of Paradise if you are not locked. Now there's an interesting part about that. As you guys saw a second ago, my gunslinger wasn't able to do the Gate of Paradise, but if I look at my 1340 Deathblade, the gold is still available on my Gate of Paradise as well as the Oriha as well. Now some of the people might be saying that, oh, you can already do the Oriha Previsa at 1325, but it is definitely recommended to do it at 1340 because if you do it any lower, the boss will block part of your damage and any of the skills will probably one-shot you at that angle. And for the people that are aware of this factor, the chances of you actually getting into a party will be quite abysmal because nobody really wants you in their team. Unless you are a support, you don't necessarily have to do damage, you just need to be able to survive. So that way the sweet spot for a support will be, for me, a 1325. The other sweet spot will be 1340 for every single damage dealer that you have. But this is not where I'm going to end the video because I'm going to give you a few more tips that you can use your alts for, which you might not have done yet. Once you get yourself into a guild and go to the Simiel Bloodstones, go to the interest tickets and you will find yourself a Punica interest ticket. And depending on your guild level, you can get not only 1 but 3 of these boxes if your guild is absolutely sickening. But what you can end up doing is simply buy yourself one of these, and it will show you that you can get yourself a Hall of the Sun ticket. Once again, doing another boss rush will increase or funnel at least your main character if you wanted to. And then there's something that has been probably mentioned like a million times already, and that would be some of these vendors. And even though I go to the last part, there are some weekly roster limits, but if I look at the overall acquisition of your items, then you will be able to buy yourself all of these if you do have enough Pyrostone. And the reason why I have this many is because I just use all of my Sun coins coming from the event, trading them for Pyro coins, because at the end of it I know that the Guardian Stones will drop in price quite drastically during this event and probably even after that, because in the Korean version they are only worth 1 gold each, ladies and gentlemen. So please use this knowledge to your advantage and make sure to sell up everything if you have all of your alts stationary where they should. But if you are like me and you're struggling with your daily quests, finding yourself the motivation on what to do, or have absolutely no creativity whatsoever on what to do, I have 2 recommendations. The first option is a solution to the lack of silver that you will find within a game, especially if you have many alts and want to increase many of your characters. It will cost you a ridiculous amount of silver. The Lopeng Island is pretty much a counter to that, because after you finish the story quest on Lopeng Island, it will then unlock these quests, and as you can see there's many silver involved within this. The funny part about it is if you even neglect it for several amount of days, then you can use the resting bonus and then increase your silver once again. However, I don't think this is a solution in the long term, because technically you want to have these characters from 3040 to at least 1370 at some point so they can do your leading raids as well. So by preparing for this, I would recommend 3 quests for you guys, and that would be the Kinsera Memorial Service. This takes roughly under a minute to complete. You get yourself a honor leap stone, and technically if you would translate this is pure gold, because the leap stones that you are using that are bound takes away from the leap stones that you use or could actually sell. And then we got the Where It Belongs. This one also takes about 20 seconds to complete, And since you're already a Shoeshire by doing this quest, then the Wolf of Eternity will give you a little bit of silver that you will need for the rest of your characters as well. This will net you about 8 honor leap stones every single day on every single one of your characters, which will then allow them to be parked and then be used later on into the game once you find yourself easier methods to improve. So for the Too Long Didn't Read, I believe that 1340 is the best stationary point where you need to leave your alts at. So for the Too Long Didn't Read, 1340 is about the best options for your alts to be at, and this will obviously change within the future. With more content to come, it will be easier to acquire certain items to then upgrade your characters, and obviously upgrading difficulty being lowered, I will see that happen within the future as well. So if this information was any helpful and you want to help me out grow my channel, please make sure to drop a like and sub if you haven't already. If you guys want me to cover anything specific, put it down into the comments and let me know. But that being said, have a very great weekend and see you guys into the next one. Peace.